So it's your boy, Mr. Romantic 95, and I just played the Devil May Cry demo, the reboot or revamp or side story. I'm not too clear on what it was because some people say it's a reboot, some people say it's an alternate timeline, and some people say like this doesn't actually matter to the story. Um, the game itself has great mechanics. Um, Great mechanics. The graphics, even though graphics should never be a major point in a review or a game, it is good. They're good. Um, what else? Uh, a couple of the systems are good. The health, the new way of the look of health. That's good. Um, the the devil trigger mode, it's kind of gay. I mean, it's not past Devil May Cry. Where like you got this awesome ass transformation and you were able to pull off all these sick combos and you know do a bunch of crazy shit. What Devil May Cry is known for its its rating system. Trying to get that stylish combo and looking cool while doing it. Yeah. Um. You didn't really transform into a cool demon knight form. You morally became basically your jacket gets red and your hair turns white. Um, Classic Dante. Uh, but the story. Now, I like Devil May Cry for its story. The actual Devil May Cry, not this reboot. Because it used demons, but it wasn't overly religious. And the story explains itself really well on how the demons kind of work with the world. And it wasn't so conspiracy theory. Like, all of freaking this new Devil May Cry, I guess I'm gonna call it reboot. It's the story basically falls out is humans are being watched and the demons are poisoning our drinks and they're watching us constantly, controlling what we do, what we watch on TV, what we say and think, and it's stupid. um you know the new guy who did the voice acting for Dante, he he tried, but when you're trying to follow up, with the character who's arrogant, funny, kind of an asshole, and a big joker the whole time, this guy does not cut it. I mean, he tried to do, when he was reading the lines for the jokes and he was doing all of that, it it was a disappointment. You know, Dante's voice in the the series, not this reboot, his voice was kind of almost like a trademark from the white hair, leather jacket, and all badassery. This new Dante's voice is kind of a pussy. You know, he's like that complainative character. You know, uh, I can't really find much good to say about him. The new look at Dante. Now that I look at him, at first, I got the same thing that he looked just like the producer, but right now I kind of gotta say he looks like that guy from the band Yes. Um, I, or no, not yes. Fun. The guy from the band, Fun, with the period at the end. Yeah. It's not convincing. I mean, I didn't see Dante, smoke a lot from the, you know the, how he was smoking from the trailer, fucking putting lit cigarettes to fucking demons' arms and heads and shit. And it didn't look as dirty as, the trailer. Um. Sorry. Um. The music, you know, which Devil May Cry's heavy metal, like, stuff like that. That was stuff I liked. It really held the franchise, because it was heavy metal. It was a big metalish kind of inspired universe. You know, like I could see, like a boss battle Devil May Cry to go the original series going to like Metallica, like da da da, something like that. Now it's like boss battles to dubstep, to dubstep. Um, that's just fucking unbelievable. Why? Dubstep and Devil May Cry are two things that should never cross paths. That's like putting a turn on a sandwich. Doesn't compute. Does not go together. Don't put it together. The bosses. Devil May Cry used to have some cool ass motherfucking bosses. I mean, these motherfuckers was sweet. Like that motherfucking clown from Devil May Cry 3. Yo, that clown was sick. I mean, his design, and all of a sudden he just got like fucking Superman Hercules swole and shit. That was pretty tight. And even the same thing from Devil May Cry 3, the Cerberus demon who gives you like the fucking like ice nunchucks and shit. He was awesome. His look was awesome. Even like the whole Hell Tower kind of looking thing looked awesome. Now, when you look at the bosses and the reboot, they look disgusting. They don't look cool, and badass and all. Monster, I'm big and scary and strong, and I look awesome. They're like, disgusting. Like, I mean, like the one in the demo, man, that shit is nasty. Fucking got like big ass zits right here, just like taking up the side of the dome. Just like, And then when I'd see like Dante's comedy for the Devil May Cry, and where Dante, usually makes jokes with his bosses, not so much. He's like, oh, who the fuck are you? And he's like, oh, I'm your prom date. No. I'm sorry, but no. If I wanted to play a game with bad comedy, I'd play Lollipop Chainsaw. If I wanted to play a game where the main character makes funny, smart remarks that make sense, I play Devil May Cry. Overall, lots of disappointments going around. Ninja Theory is dropped the ball for me. Some people will be like, oh, I'm feeling it. The conspiracy theory story, the Yeah, you know, the Niflheim, Angel, Demon Halfbreed, like, yeah, it's happened before. Doesn't explain the whole story of Sparta, really. Um, the the moon dust, the new background to moon dust that he rose through the ranks and took over the hordes of hell. No, that doesn't match the kind of hell hierarchy they had set up in the other series. Um, I mean, this is a piece of shit game. Piece of shit. I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. If this was not called Devil May Cry, if this did not use Dante and Virgil, which by the way, Virgil looks like a fucking weirdo. Like, they're supposed to be twins. They look nothing alike. Nothing alike. Uh, but if this wasn't Devil May Cry, if they didn't use Dante and Virgil, if they did called it something else, you know, this would be a good game. You know, even though this is overly religious, which is in contrast to Devil May Cry, because Devil May Cry kind of made fun of it a little bit. They played around. I mean, there was hints of religion, with like gods and shit, and a couple things here or there, or that kind of shot at the Catholic Church that they kind of set up in the thing in that one town in Devil May Cry 4. Yeah, there was hints, but the game was never overly religious like this game is. I thought for a second there Jesus was gonna pop out and be like, "Infinite health, Dante. Infinite health for all." I thought. Like, he was just gonna spit out a bunch of fucking red orbs and it's gonna be awesome. The Another thing I wasn't feeling it was the adding of the two little whippy shits, the angel whip thing and the demon whip thing. Not that great. They could have done it with something else because now Dante is kind of like Nero. Instead of having one arm that does it, he has two whips. Like he's like, wah-cha. All you need is da 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 da. You need fucking Harrison Ford to come out. Harrison Ford would be great in this game. Indiana Jones. Aside from that, everything else is good. So I'm gonna cut the video off here. Once again, this is your boy, Mr. Romantic 95, and I'm signing off. Have a good day.